Hello everybody, today's video is brought to you by the most persistent brand partner we've ever worked with, Wash and Go. When I think back to the first phone call I had with Mr. Wash and Go, I even said, why are you so persistent in getting me involved as an ambassador for Wash and Go? Do you know what they said? They said, because you embody everything our brand's about. And I thought, you're with it. You know what you're on about it. You're a brand about the town. Because when I think about Wash and Go, I think 2 in 1. And when I think about myself, which isn't very often, but when I do think about it, I think, yes, 2 in 1. Presenter, international sex symbol. I also find that Wash and Go is extremely fast and efficient as a brand to use. And, well, that's me as well. Just ask Mrs. Goldbridge. You know, there's nothing I can't do too quickly. And on top of that, when I think about Twitter, I think, well, effectively, in a very watered-down version, most people are replying to me saying WashAndGoBridge. So when I think about it, it really is a no-brainer. Mark Goldbridge, Wash and Go. A match like no other. Enjoy the clip. You'll ever get you twat, because you're not going to call people names like that. Knob. Head. Right, let's get on with the combined 11 for the world. What is a world combined 11 right now? And I'm not having people in it who are injured or not playing well. You've got to go based on form this season. At the end of the day, I would allow a Ronaldo to go in there, even though he's not playing particularly well at the moment. I think his ability, you can get there. What I'm saying is you can get there on ability. So what we're going to do, what we're going to go with. Goalkeeper. Who's the best goalkeeper in the world at the moment? Now, Donnarumma has been mentioned. Doesn't always start in goal for PSG. The goalkeeper that you liked in the Premier League yesterday was Mendy. So would you say there is a better goalkeeper than Mendy in the world? Yeah, Salah's not a goalkeeper, Joseph. Alvin blocks. Lloris is not better than Mendy. Ben Foster. A few people saying Courtois, Jan Black. I'm going to go with what you think here. Who do you think is a World 11 is the best goalkeeper? Now, Mendy was your vote for the top 4 yesterday. So I've got to say, Courtois is getting more than I thought he would. Neuer's yesterday's news. Don't be talking about him. You can't ignore Kasper Schmeichel, says Kasper Sommer. That's a good shout, actually. Kasper Schmeichel's a good shout. De Gea's getting a few shouts as well. I mean, De Gea this season. Dean Henderson says Samuel Luckhurst. Imagine the real one. I think De Gea is actually a good shout. I don't think he'll get it, but he is a good shout based on this season, and he is reputationally known as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He's been fantastic this year. I don't think he'll get the vote, though. Right, I'm going to go with Courtois as he's getting most of the votes. Right, who is the best right back in the world at the moment? So I think you voted for Trent out of your top 4 clubs last night. Is there a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold at the moment? I suspect we're going to see Hakimi, but no, we're not. We're seeing a hell of a lot of Trents. Neuer is yesterday's news. What are you on about, Mark? Says Kushina. He's not the best goalkeeper in the world. I've not thought that Neuer's been the best goalkeeper in the world for the last 2 years. I don't think he's the best in the world. I think he's very good, but you know, I don't think he's the best in the world. Sunshine, Gary Neville, Lauren says. Gary's too interested in politics now. Wasn't interested in changing the Man United manager, but is absolutely obsessed with changing the Prime Minister. Trent is winning. Trent's won. Trent's your right back. There you go. So who are you going to have as your centre-back pairing? This is where you've got to do a little bit more typing. Who's going to be your centre? Now, Varane couldn't be in it yesterday because he's not in the top 4, but I actually think Varane's a consideration. You had Van Dijk and Rudiger yesterday from the Premier League top 4. Who are your 2 best centre-backs in the world at the moment? In the world. There's a few Van Dijks and Varans. There's a few Militaos and Rudigers. I think people are over. I'm just gonna. It's not for me to decide. I'll give you my team in a minute, but I just got to say, I do notice from the chat, there's a few people doing what they normally do, over hyping the La Liga. Like, I'm not having loads of La Liga players in it when La Liga's not even the second best team, but second best league in the world. Like, hyping up La Liga. Don't think I'm not noticing it. Militao, Alaba, Courtois, Modric, Cruz. Phil Jones, says Jordan. Alaba and Rudiger, says Helmy. I just don't think Real Madrid deserve to have many players in at all. Ramos hasn't played, mate. You can't put Ramos in. Marquinhos and Rudiger, says Alfie. Mainly I'm seeing a lot of Varane and Van Dijk. So we'll go Varane and Van Dijk. Happy to close that one off. And who's the best left back in the world at the moment then? There you go. Silva and Van Dijk, saying that as a United fan it hurts, says Lee Taylor. Scooby-Doo, says Charlie Griffiths. And Cancelo's coming through a lot. A few Robertsons. Cancelo again. Yeah. Score prediction for this game, says Right Reese. I think Liverpool will find to win 1 or 2-0. Cancelo wins. So your back five is, I can't remember who I said as goalkeeper. Courtois in goal. Not so sure about that, but I'll take your word on it. Trent at right back. Varane and Van Dijk. And then Cancelo at left back. So Premier League back four. And then the goalkeeper is from La Liga. La Liga. Right, we're going to play a 4-2-3-1. So you need a number 10, but you need two midfielders behind them first. Who's your two midfielders in the world? Yesterday, out of the top four, I think you went with Fabinho and Kante. Is there anybody in European football that you feel would dislodge any of those? For me, there is a man. He plays for Bayern Munich. His first name begins with a K. And the end of his name is when something is irritating your arse. You've guessed it. It's Kimmich. Kimmich for me has to get in. Not Fred and McTominay. But if I played Kimmich, I'd probably not put another defensive-minded one with him. But it's up to you. Kante and Kimmich would be amazing, Cucumber. I agree. Kimmich, says Max. Kovacic and Kante, says Lewis Hill. Probably a Chelsea fan. McTominay's been robbed again, says Thomas Cooper. There's a few Fred and McTominays, but I don't think they're going to nick it. So we've got Kimmich and Kante is getting the most at the moment. So who's your number 10 ahead of Kimmich and Kante then? Somebody creative. Is it De Bruyne? Or do you think there's somebody else who's a better number 10 in world football? You could put Bruno there. He wasn't in the top 4 race yesterday. I wouldn't put Bruno there myself at the moment. But is there a better number 10 than Fanta Pants? The chat is open. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Everybody's welcome on here. We're on the road to 606,000. I'm seeing Kevin De Bruyne. There's a few people saying Messi. I mean, you can, yeah, it's your team. If you want to put Messi there and then do something else on the wings, I think that's not a bad idea. It's quite responsible. So if that's what you want to do it. If you want to do it, do it. Carragher said definite red, stupid challenge, says Butterbean. Carragher doesn't get everything right. Carragher said, put your hand in the fire. Would you do it? Can you check Seb for me, please? Let me know. Bloody hell, subscribers are churning away today. We're only 30 subscribers away from 606,000. So please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. We're doing Chelsea against Man City on Saturday lunchtime. And we're doing Spurs against Arsenal on Sunday afternoon. Can't wait for both of those watch alongs. We're going to put Messi as number 10. Messi has come through. Well done, chat. So you've got Messi as 10. This is your team so far. Courtois, Trent, Varane, Van Dijk, Cancelo. Kimmich and Kante, and then Messi as a 10. I'm liking this team. Right, let's do your wide players. Who's playing on the right? Who's playing on the left? Put them both Put them both. Write a pair. I want to see a pair. Who's your wide players before we do your striker? Who's playing on the right? Who's playing on the left? I mean, surely Salah has got to be there. Who's the other one? Who's going to play off the left? You're going to go Salah and Neymar. You're going to go Salah and Son. Somebody just said. What did you do yesterday? I think you went Salah and... Was it Salah and Silva you did? Salah and Mbappe. Could be that. Vinicius Junior is being shouted out. Oh, it's the Liga crowd again. Well, look, Vinicius Junior is decent, but I don't think La Liga is. I think he's playing in a bit of a pub league. So, you know, when he moves to a decent league, maybe we could put him in. But a lot of people are saying Vinicius Junior should be there. I just think this is overhyping La Liga. I really do. I personally think Salah and Proctor is a good shout as well. Proctor and Abe, if you know, you know, says Jay. Okay, so I'm going to make a decision here. And we've got... it will be Vinicius Junior and Salah. I totally disagree, but, you know, it's your team at the end of the day. Who's your striker? Who's your striker? Lewandowski, Ronaldo, Haaland, Kane, Lukaku. If Carragher said to your missus, spit it, no, she don't. Oh, Chris, come on. Grow up, mate. Let's go. Like Lewandowski looks like he's going to get the vote here. I'd be very... Benzema, of course, Benzema. Brilliant suggestion. It's because I close my mind off to La Liga. I just don't think about it. Chris Wood says squad leader. Lewandowski or Ronaldo? We're going to close it here. It's Lewandowski. Okay. So, who's your manager? Is there a better manager in Europe than Pep, basically? Because you went with Pep yesterday in the top 4 one. That burger looks nice. I'd love a burger right now with a slice of cheese, bit of tomato, bit of lettuce. Your manager is... There's a few Klopps coming in now. Harry Potter. They mean Graham Potter, don't they? Keep them coming. Who's your manager then? A few people are saying Kante. Come on, I'm not getting a definitive here. Second half's about to kick off. We got Pep. Pep's your coach. Okay, so the second half's just about to kick off. Thanks, everybody. Absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that. I'm going to read out your combined. You know, this is your channel as much as it's mine. That's football. Please subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. We're only 20 subscribers away from 606,000. Second half's about to kick off, but your World 11 at the moment, voted through by your chat, was... Courtois in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. You've got Van Dijk and Varane as centre backs with Cancelo as your left back. You've then got Kimmich and Kante as your midfield two with Messi in front of them. Salah on the right, Vinicius Junior on the left, and Lewandowski up front with Pep Guardiola as your manager. I disagree on some points. I will tell you what I would change. Lewandowski. I would have... I'd have Neymar off the left instead of Vinicius Junior. I would keep Messi at 10. I think that's a good idea. I would play Kimmich, and I'm happy to keep Kante there. I think that's a good idea as well. I wouldn't have Trent at right back. I would stick with what I said yesterday. I'd go with Reece James. And I wouldn't have Courtois in goal either. I'm happy with Varane and Van Dijk, and I'm happy with Cancelo. I wouldn't have Courtois as the goalkeeper. I'll probably go with Oblak, to be honest with you. I've always felt that he's the best in the world. And my manager would be Klopp. So there you go. I'd change the manager. I'd change one of the wingers. I wouldn't have Vinicius Junior. I'd have Neymar. I'd have Ronaldo instead of Lewandowski. I'd change the right back, and I'd change the keeper. So 5 changes.